All right. Holy smoke, day 2. If you're in the lobby area, make sure to tip your barista, cop some Holy Smoke merch, and tune into the interview right now. 2'Live Bree is in the building.
Yeah.
Welcome so much to Holy Smoke 2024. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. The energy has been contagious I want to say all week because I'm born and raised from Nashville.
Okay.
So I've been seeing how it's been feeling since before yesterday.
Yeah.
It's been contagious. I'm just grateful to be in the space, man. It's exciting.
Have you been to Holy Smoke before?
Last year, Derek Miner brought me out just to experience for the first time. This is my first time performing, so it's like a different energy. So I'm like, yo, this is very innovative, and it's just good for the culture, man.
It is.
It is.
It's potentially the biggest Christian rap festival on the planet.
It is.
And we're here.
It's crazy.
We're so cool.
But it's in this time, I feel like it's needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many people lost on their journey, and, you know, it's just good to see the youth, period, just standing and saying, hey, we rocking with God, period. And we going, you know, the world needed. So we just an example of the heaven today. You feel what I'm saying?
Amen. It's so good. So for those people that are watching, listening, that don't know 2'Live Bree, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
2'Live Bree, I'm a born and raised native from Nashville. A lot of people have seen me on Netflix series Rhythm and Flow with Cardi B, Chance the Rapper. Got a tour with Jelly Roll and Struggle. And, you know, my journey a little different. You know, my upbringing, my father, my mom's, you know, I represent their story. But I was from like a dark place in my life. Like I'm talking about Salem Town. If you're from Nashville, you know about it. Like it's a place where a lot of people don't make it out.
Really?
You know, so choosing faith and choosing to be different, that's what I stand on. And, you know, I have autism, you know what I'm saying? So I like my own space. So like I just represent a lot of things, and you know, I'm just grateful to be here again. 2'Live Bree.
Yeah. So tell us, you know, the genesis of you becoming an artist, recognizing that you wanted to create and then create for the kingdom.
I just think, you know, creating for your kingdom, I feel like that's just what we signed up to do when we decided to be here on earth. So like, I just want to make sure everything that I do in my life is representing Jesus Christ. You know, so I don't necessarily intentionally think of like, oh man, I don't believe in genres. I believe in human. And I feel like we as a people we have a responsibility to stand in glory. So I think everything I do outside of creativity has to honor God.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I heard recently that the word universe means one song.
Yes.
And it's like we're supposed to be making one song of praise to God collectively as humanity, which I think is really cool, which is what you're talking about.
I believe that. That's it.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Do you remember, can you take us back to like the first song you ever wrote?
Yeah. Honestly, when I first started writing, I was really just journaling.
Okay.
You know, my dad was in the streets, and I ain't have no friends at the time. So I was just journaling, and at the time I was thinking it was storytelling. Then one day my best friend Cal Harrison pulled my journal from me and started reading it. I like, that's my diary, bro. Hey, you don't want nobody knowing about that.
Yeah.
He said, hey, yo, rhyme. This low-key rhyme. You should do it on a track. And I did it, and then ever since then, it's just been going. But it came from a place of just talking about my emotions and trying to express myself. So, like, I always remember, like, that's what it's for, like, expression.
It is.
You know, and I just want to express and be authentic. And that first track, it wasn't good.
Can you give us a little sample? You remember
of the verse?
Any of it?
Probably 2 lines, and it was like L to the I to the L to the B to the R to the E. Yeah, that's me. Whack.
Hey. What was the name of the song?
I don't know. Probably I don't know what I named it. I don't even know. Like, that's crazy. It's so far back. I don't know. It's probably something crazy.
But it's a part of you, and that's
a part of me.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's really
it's
good.
Still there.
Man, you know, you mentioned that you're autistic, and to anybody watching who might have autism, and what are some ways that you are able to stay creative, productive, and create great art with autism?
Just having people that understand, you know, because I feel like most of the time I just feel like I'm very misunderstood.
Okay.
But I had to, you know, early on find my people, but also find God. You know, like God was my best friend for the longest, my only best friend, because that's the only person I trusted. Because I had, with that, for me, I had bad trust issues. And I just felt like I never belonged. I felt like I don't belong in a circle or the groups of people.
Yeah, yeah.
So the only thing that I had in my head was God, and it's
Wow.
still that in a way. But I trust in God to put the right people in my life
Wow.
to give me hope to be like, okay, I do belong in the right circles, and I represent something bigger than me now. So I'm finding people that is willing to represent things with me. So
Wow.
that's probably that's the biggest testimony I feel like in these last 2 years, just embracing it, because I came from a community where, you know, therapy and mental health was shamed on. You know what I'm talking about? So like, I had to find that education, and I had to take that leap to go discover myself and look at myself deeper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just an example of them type of folk. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Thomas, is like you said God was your only friend for a while, you know, which is a beautiful. I mean, he's the best friend we could ever have.
Yep.
But tell us about your walk with Jesus and that relationship, and you know, you having that solo friend. You probably spent a lot of time developing that relationship. So
yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it really started with my grandmother, Claire Reese. My son is named Reese. He's named after her. The doctor told her that she had 10 months to live. She ended up living 10 years.
Wow.
I had to walk around with her as her caregiver with an oxygen tank. And she installed the word in me every day, faith in me every day. And that was my mom, that was my family, that was what family represented to me. That was that's the biggest thing that rooted me with Jesus. But then my dad, he got shot 10 times. And this is a guy that I feel like is probably the most solidest dude that I feel like is very serious. The last shot that was supposed to go in his head, he lifted his hand up like this on top of his head, and it hit his hand.
Jeez.
That was the first time I ever seen my dad cry in the hospital, and he looked me in my eyes and said it was God.
Oh my gosh.
God was there. That was my middle school. I was in 8th grade when that happened. First time I ever seen my dad even be emotional. And I got stories on stories like that God just showed up in my life, even in the entertainment space, you know, with the deals that I signed. And be honest, I didn't come into the Christian hip hop space as a Christian hip hop artist. Many people know me in the mainstream world for working with, you know, Duke Deuce, Lil Baby, Young Thug, but it was so much toxic energy in that space and ego energy.
Yeah.
And I just I didn't want to continue to do that because there's so much stuff behind them doors. And I was like, let me take this turn and get connected to God and bring God into this space and entertainment scene with me, because I need him.
Right.
Like, I'm talking about, I needed him, you know, and I called on him and he told me, hey, give it to me and I'm gonna make it bigger.
Yeah. Can you tell us any ministry moments of maybe you ministering to people in the mainstream or sharing gospel with them?
2, because every day I got a program that I get kids out of juvenile through probation.
Wow.
And I got studios Monday and Tuesday here in Nashville that I do it. We just did a groundbreaking for the new juvenile on Monday here in Nashville.
Really? That's amazing. Congrats.
But that's just, I still connect that to the industry because our kids are the future.
Yeah.
But I got a couple friends in the game. DMX, he prayed over me.
Really?
And this is why I take his advice, because he was the only person in the game at that time in my life that picked God in my life before he passed away.
It's like a couple years ago?
A couple years ago, he was here for a whole summer. And he embraced me, had me in his car, loved me, but loved me with God, though. He prayed over me and prayed depression out of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But he the reason why I do what for the industry people. I don't want to name names because I don't want to put themselves out there.
Fine.
But like, it's a lot of them that is scared to come out their house because they're doing this fake it till you make it energy. And like, I just make sure I call and check in on them like, hey bro, like, you know, you can take that off.
Yeah.
And let me pray with you. Let me check in on you.
Yeah.
Not check in and get something from you. I got a long list of them. I put them on my calendar. Like, people got prayer walls. I got call prayer wall.
Yeah, that's
where
great.
I'm like, everybody that's in that world and they striving. This don't even got to be just my, you know, and I can say Willie Jones because that's somebody I got a really close relationship with right now. And he's a God-fearing dude. Like, we'll get on the phone, he just go crazy, and we start talking, and you know, we just start contagiously passing it to the other artists that's around, because we just want to create this bridge where people of God is really standing in this space. I'm not saying be a Christian hip hop artist. I'm not saying, I just want people that believe in God to be in this space, because we need each other for this change that the world is asking for. We're in a hopeless time. Let's be honest. Like, we really are. You know, man, we are the ones that's God calling upon. He's coming back.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. I'm sorry. I got my Tupac this morning.
Yeah.
You should have done 11 o'clock with me.
Man, you know what? One of my favorite Tupac lines is from Ghetto Gospel.
Oh, my gosh.
And he says, I feel his hand on my brain. When I write rhymes, I go blind and let the Lord do his thing.
Yes.
And I'm like, Tupac knew.
He knew.
It wasn't him, that it was God. It was
That's
the gifting he had was supernatural.
You know it.
And yeah.
You know it.
And that's something special. So I love Pac. As you get deeper into Pac, you see how spiritual he really is.
Yeah.
Which is powerful.
Nipsey Hussle. You know, like I respect. It's been people. You know, it's been people, and they trying to put this narrative on the culture of hip hop. That's why I love Holy Smoke so much because it's like they're trying to make hip hop such a negative thing now, and that it used to be fun. We used to jump. They, you know, like. We saving hip hop. This is saving hip hop.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's encouraging people that they can be different and we don't have to follow. Jesus made us click the lead button. There's no more follower button. That's only on social media.
Come on.
So yeah.
So tell us, what's one of your favorite scripture verses or stories in the Bible?
I feel like my testimony. That's a good question. I think. Just honestly, Jeremiah. That's what my son's name is, Jeremiah. So, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm looking for places. I want to be in the places with John and No Big Deal in their Bible studies because they challenge each other. So I'm throwing this out there so they can reach out to me.
Let's do it.
Because you know I'm trying to get more power into the word. Like I told you, I got faith. And I was rooted in there, but like I didn't come in a Christian hip hop space. Like they pulled me from it. Doc Watson and Derek Minor, they literally pulled me and said, "Yo, I see what you're doing with God on your side." So this, you see me on this stage is really from leaders that have been praying over me, watching me on my real growth. So like I want to be in a space to learn more with people that can tell me the real.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
One of the things that changed my life is a Bible study method called the SOAP method. You can Google it. It's really simple, and it's a way that I get in the word every day. But yeah, I want to say with what you're doing, you throw the word in, and you'll be unstoppable. Like I'm not saying
that's real.
It's like, and also God's word is like the ultimate resource for creativity forever. You never run out of content.
That's so fact.
Because he's got everything you need. So that's awesome. I love it. What's one thing most people don't know about you?
Wow. I just feel like people may not know deep down, like I just care. I care too much, I think. Sometimes like I think you probably know that I care, but I deeply care to the point where like every day this is my life as far as trying to not only be, it's not the musician part. It's about like caring about the humanity part. Like I'm even advocating for, many people don't know I got my hands on helping caregivers out.
Oh, wow.
Too as well.
That's beautiful.
With the Tennessee Caregiver Coalition here in Nashville, where caregivers get $600 towards respite funding so they can get a break and they get a quality of life too. So it's just like, I don't know, I just care about people getting quality of life, you know, and being seen. You know, the people that is alone, isolated. You know, that's what the human butterfly is about. It's just people evolving and finding a community.
Wow. If you weren't doing music, this is a fan question, what would you be doing?
Man. I'll be a librarian.
Yeah, okay.
Because I want peace.
Yeah.
I just want peace.
2'Live, be librarian.
The librarian,
That's your next album, The Librarian.
They were like, what?
So can you tell us maybe the favorite song you like to perform and what you're looking forward to in your set here at Holy Smoke?
My favorite song I like to perform is Run It Up. I got to see the performance I wanted to see was Indie Tribe, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to see that last night. And it motivated me, and it's just amazing to see what's going on. I love John, so I'm ready to see John today, too. So,
Man, John's they don't make him like John.
And that's why I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I just like authentic stuff, man. And like I'm not going to fake it and to make y'all assume things. Like John is like
Yeah.
he's real. He's really who he is, and you don't see that in this space. I done met a lot of, just being honest, a lot of Christian artists too that sometimes they get in a space where they're not authentic. You know, I came from a background where it was cops and robbers. I want somebody that can speak to that for me because I don't want to feel like the word is not talking to me.
Yeah.
You know, and John is somebody that I know for a fact and no big deal. Any try what they're doing, they're talking to everyone.
You can relate.
And I can relate, and that's what I stand for.
It's
you know, music is supposed to be worldwide, and when Christian rap is able to do that, we doing it. We doing it the right way. So that's what I want. I'm wanting, you know, I'm coming to Holy Smoke Fest because I want people to know that we represent the world and we coming to take over, and we represent Jesus.
That's cool.
Straight.
Give me 3 artists that have influenced your sound.
Andre 3000 for sure. Then we go to Andre 3000 again. And then we gonna go to honestly, my inspiration with beats and production, because I'm more of a production lover more than an artist lover. And then I'm also a purpose lover. I'm not really like inspiration is Andre 3000 with music, Kanye West with production, but like the way I'm moving, I'm looking at like a Nipsey Hussle, even Jay-Z business model. Okay. So them are my inspirations all in one. Okay. But it's only one 2'Live Bree.
Yeah, it's only one.
Yeah.
What's the best advice you ever received?
That's a good one. That's a lot of good advice I got out here. I think the best advice is let go and let God. And I'm gonna say that one for the event for sure. But I got that from Joseph Walker. That's my pastor. Mount Zion, Nashville. And he really been there my whole journey. And I respect that about pastors, but like let go and let God. Like don't worry so much about life is gonna sometimes hit you with difficult stuff. Yeah. You know, and you can't control it. I cannot feel like I'm God and control it. Only God can control it. And I had to write that down on my wall. You can't control things, only God can.
That's beautiful.
And it's because you will want to control the things that's attacking you, and you're making your self-identity sometimes. And it's not, it's just what we signed up to do here, to make a testimony, to help somebody else come to glory. And let go and let God.
Let's go. That's beautiful. Amazing. Somebody watching right now may not have a relationship with Jesus. How can you encourage them in their walk with Christ?
Man, for me is if you listening, you already making the right decision. But it's a lot of people. I have had multiple friends in these last 2 years be non-believers. And they became believers because they're with somebody that can show them. So I encourage you to be around somebody that you can question and ask. I feel like some people don't give us the opportunity to learn faith. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like we can't have this wall. And I say this to churches sometimes, like sometimes we're not inviting to the new youth. They're battling so much. Social media is trying to take us out. Everything is trying to take us out. So my encouragement to that person that's needing help is just, man, try to find your tribe of people that look like you, because they're out there. Yeah. They're out there. Don't feel, a lot of people got church hurt. Community hurt. Like there's different churches around the world. There's different communities around the world. You just got to find your people.
They're out there.
Because you do represent Jesus Christ. He made you. Don't ever second guess that.
That's beautiful.
Like,
amazing.
Don't ever second guess that. No, whatever you have done in your life doesn't make you not a child of God. And honestly, Jesus has been through every single sin in the world. Right. Every single sin. So it's like, bro, you talking to me? Like, I know what you feeling. Right. Like, I've been there. Like, that's who we serve. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't ever think that you're not too good. Like, because I have a lot of friends that I met in college that they just felt like they wasn't worthy to be in the kingdom. And that's because us leaders sometimes fail to embrace and try to be there. You know, we talking about people without fathers and mothers. We're talking about people, man, we talking about a lot of people right now. But we here.
We here.
We here.
Wow. Well, thanks so much for being here. Holy Smoke 2024 and sitting down with us.
Yeah.
For people that are listening, that want to follow you, listen to you, support you, how can they do that?
Man, follow me everywhere at 2'Live Bree. I'll be going on at 12:15, and I can't wait, man, and hope I connect with some new people. This is a journey, man. So if you follow me, you follow the journey. I can't tell, different. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, we're going to end with something really fun called rapid fire questions.
Oh, gosh.
As fast as you can, spit out an answer. 2'Live Bree,
Oh, my
Holy
gosh.
Smoke 2024. If you're not ready, we coming. Here we
Okay.
go. Favorite flavor ice cream?
Vanilla.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Favorite color?
Red.
Go-to snack?
Ice cream.
Musical artist you admire?
No big deal.
Last song you listened to?
No big deal. All his playlists, I was everything.
Favorite movie ever?
Ooh. I can't mess that one up. Friday.
Book that's greatly impacted you?
Dare to Lead.
What inspires you?
My son.
Favorite TV show?
SpongeBob.
Biggest pet peeve?
Hater.
If you could have a superhero power, what would it be?
Anything Dr. Strange can do, I want to do.
If you got a dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Nipsey Hussle.
Life goal?
Build a community center here in Nashville.
Finish the sentence. God is.
Everything to me.
2'Live Bree, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for being on the program. God bless you.
Thank
Peace.
you. Peace. Love.